What is up? My name is Garrett Yogurt on Twitter, YOOGRRTT. Thank you so much for tuning into the Now Annotation YouTube channel. Welcome back to another album review. Today we are talking about 88GLAM's sophomore album, conveniently titled 88GLAM2, a sequel to last year's album, 88GLAM. So clearly they want you to know that this is an 88GLAM thing, and definitely listening to this is exactly what I wanted and more, coming out of the excitement that I had just off of that first project. They also had like a 1.5 step with a reloaded version of that project. It had like a 2 Chainz remix and a few other things on there. But yeah, just if you had talked to me in January or February, I would have said that this album, or just, I didn't know what it would be called, but just the idea of another one from these two individuals is exactly what I wanted, exactly what I was looking forward to. 12 and Bali are just some of the hottest shits ever. That's coming off of their old previous album, and so going into this thing, being separated from that January February hype, which I definitely had going into this year, it was not something on my radar. I feel like right now we're in such a beautiful time of music, especially rap music, where every Thursday at midnight we just have an influx of just so much fucking shit, and just a crazy year of artists popping off, and just I will be honest, these guys kind of fell into the background. Like, I kind of forgot about them. I would still play Bali and all these other great songs, Heisman and various other tracks off of that past project, but to be honest, like, at this point, like, it wasn't on my radar, it wasn't on my mind, and regretfully so, when I got the notification that Little Boat dropped, which was the single off of this project, I was excited, but I was also kind of just wondering what they were going to do. It's one thing to come out with a great first project, but to wait a year in a world where we have some people who I've reviewed 2 albums of this year, or we have people who are on their 3rd fucking project of this year, like, that's kind of just the world that we're living in, where it's just music coming out all the fucking time. I'm sure you see on this channel alone, if you keep up with all the videos, like, it's hard to hit every single fucking album. I just won't. It's not possible. I will try, and that's why you see me sometimes just pop off with like 8 reviews, because it's like, oh yeah, this thing in August was like a sleeper hit, but I'm fucking still playing it. I need to mention it to you guys. So it's like, we're just in a great place. That's not even a that's not even like a negative. It's a beautiful thing. So for 88GLAM to show up and stand out, I just thought it was a tall feat, coming from someone who's a fan, like, kind of forgetting about that. But I'm gonna shut the fuck up right now, because the minute you watch that Little Vote video, just how cool the visuals are, just how grand everything is and polished, you're just like, oh no, they've been working. Like, they took the time. It wasn't like it took that long for no reason. It's like they were really refining the craft, it feels like. And when you listen to this whole thing, the way it comes across, just rough on the edges on its exterior, but just have the smoothest insides, and just the way it just flows from front to back is very, very, very impressive. It's something that I've been really enjoying just this past weekend. Definitely been starting that thing from the top and then just letting it play. I was chilling with my roommate yesterday on the couch. It was like or today, I guess, 4 in the morning, and I just threw the album on, let it play. We're sitting there, he's playing Red Dead, I'm playing some new Pokemon, and he's just like, you know, we're just grooving, jamming, chilling. All of a sudden, I didn't even realize that the album had looped and went back through like halfway down until I heard just one song, and I was like, wait a second, I was just singing this like what I thought was 10 minutes ago, but it was literally like 40 minutes. Like, this thing just fucking plays, and you just don't notice because it's so smooth. Like, it's just so well crafted, it's well stitched together. The structure on this thing is something that I think is to be looked at on a high pedestal. And let's just get into this track list real quick to kind of give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. Track number 1, we got Purple Baguettes. Track number 2, we got Blue Faces. Track number 3 is Little Boat, lead single. Track number 4 is Big Ship. Track number 5 is Wet Dreams. Track number 6 is It's a Flex featuring Nav. Track number 7 is Talk Nice. Track number 8 is Drop Top. Track number 9 is Kawasaki. Track number 10 is Rax featuring Gunna. Track number 11 is Kitchen Witch. Track number 12 is Snow Globe. Track number 13 is GPS, and track number 14 is Ends. looking at those two features, Nav with his feature on Bali being probably the biggest track off that last album, I was looking forward to this. I'm not the hugest Nav fan. It's not that he doesn't make good music. It's just his lyrics are kind of cheesy at times, and his delivery is just not the most believable. But I think the guy is a very talented person and probably a pretty good businessman if he was able to put these two together. Because I used to listen to Derek Wise under like Derek Glamsling, or maybe that's just his Twitter handle. I don't know, but I used to listen to him on SoundCloud a lot, and wasn't the biggest up to date with 88 Camino's stuff, but I did realize that the minute you hear these two together with the ruggedness of Derek and just the beautiful, smart, and just well crafted use of auto-tune that 88 Camino uses, it's just a perfect like best of both worlds antithesis coming together, and just like they just juxtapose each other really well, and I feel like it's just really really well polished on this thing. And as far as like quality goes, while there are a lot of standout tracks and bang out tracks on this past project, this one really stands out to me as the one that just is the project I would recommend over it. Like, even if these tracks aren't banging as hard in like a flashy way, there's so many little things. It just feels so comfortable. Like everything just feels like it's a level up in the best way possible. And it's not even like a let's go bigger. It's like a let's go better. And that's something that I think is really hard to do when you just are going off of one past project. But as far as sophomore projects go, it's sounding like it's they had like six other projects to refine in that time span. So who knows how many tracks they actually went through to pick out these 14, but who cares, because these 14 are just so well put together. They play back to back really well. There's a lot of quality on this damn thing, and Gunna's feature is very well fit. When I saw that on the track list, I was pretty excited, just from a perspective of he's hot as fuck right now. Everyone's going to love him, so that's going to bring some attention to the album naturally. But also just the way he goes and attacks beats, and just the way his voice is just so smooth, and just ability to flow. Like Gunna's flow is so particular that you just know what's up. And I thought that the minute I saw that name on there, I just knew it was going to be a banger. And that track really does stand out. A few other ones, Kitchen Witch, that is my fucking standout banger on this damn thing. If I had to recommend one for you to go check out, that'd be Kitchen Witch. There's a video on that. I was pretty excited to see that pop up as well as a notification. Purple Baguettes, Blue Faces, Too Lil Bo is awesome. It's a flex is fun. Kawasaki I'm really enjoying though. There's a lot to enjoy on here. GPS ends, like the way that you could particularly stick like certain couplets of songs, like from 11 to 14, those play very well together. I would say 7 to 10 play very well together. 1 to 4, and then 5 to 6 I think could be split either way. But yeah, 1 through 4 is a really fun listen. So I feel like if you're looking for something that's feels very much from the standpoint of like an OG, kind of in a classical sense of traditional rap, as far as it being packaged, it definitely comes across as something that is very seasoned. It sounds very real. What they're talking about is very smartly done. While there is a lot of flashy content on here where you're talking about money, talking about clothes, talking about jewelry, it still doesn't come across in the most braggadocious way. It just comes across as like a feeling of rejoice, because this is something new that is coming through in their lives. It's like we made it, you know what I mean? And I like the way that they're able to talk about these topics but present them in ways that sounds super representative of just like that 90s grind rap where you're just like, fuck dude, like these guys are just doing it. And yeah, man, I just feel like this is a great second showing for a project. Just kind of bums me out that we may have to wait another year for more. But as far as just seeing two guys just do it best, do it best is like a stupid way to say it. What I'm saying is like they do it really well, but I wanted to be more elaborative. And what I mean is that like when you put together two people such as Derek Wise and 88 Camino, or Derek Howard, or Drew Howard. I don't know which he's going by now. I thought his name was just 88 Camino. Maybe it's Drew Howard now. My apologies. But yeah, I feel like when you put those two, when you're looking at them individually and then you put them together, you're kind of rolling the dice. But the way that they're able to just put out two fucking heaters of albums that are just very, very well put together, in my opinion, just shows that singles, like individual careers, is one thing. But I don't think that either of these guys would be making this good of music individually. And it's not to say that they're not individually talented, they clearly are, but there's something about the way that their music is able to level up and their performance is able to level up off of each other that like just makes beautiful crafted projects so far. In my opinion, they're 2 for 2. I can't recommend this album enough. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think? You can follow me on Twitter at YoGurt. If you're interested in one of these shirts, DM me on Twitter. You can hit us up at Now Annotation as well. We have a Twitter handle. Instagram is the same. Take care of yourselves, and that's all, folks.